example is going to focus on the definition of a hand calculation from analysis results. Essentially, this is a data reduction exercise involving scalar data to produce a key performance indicator. With Simcenter 3D, these calculations can be performed with result probes. Once the hand calculation is set up, the analysis can be rerun with different model conditions, producing different inputs to the same hand calculation. The hand calculation is easily evaluated from the previous definition of the result probe. This leads to very efficient hand calculations. Our example represents a plate used to lift a product or assembly from a crane. The product in our model is actually just a lump mass. Our hand calculation will be the RMS displacement of all the nodes on the face nearest to the product being lifted, so that face right there. But in addition to the RMS displacement, we want to first compute a difference between the nodal displacements and the mean displacement of all nodes on the face. We can achieve this objective through the use of multiple probes. So let's look at the model and the displacements from this analysis. I have a solid body that has a solid mesh on it, so we can look at that mesh, turn that off. I also have a single point with a lump mass at that location. That lump mass represents the mass and center of gravity of the product being lifted by this plate and the crane, that would hoist it from that cylindrical face via a pin or lug type approach. And then I have cylindrical constraints fixing that cylindrical face at the lug of our lifting plate. Now, if we look at our displacements, we can go and plot the magnitude and animate that just to give you a view of the results. And I guess what I failed to also show was the load in the model, which is gravity. So this gravity load is applied to all of the model, the solid mesh and the lump mass. And then we get that displacement that we showed along with this Z component of the displacement that we're really interested in. So we want to focus on this Z component displacement in our hand calculation. So the first thing we want to do is create a result variable. We can do that from this post view by using the new result variable command from the post view, and I've already called it in the past disp.z, so I'll use that name again. You can see it's already populated its values with content from this contour plot. So I say OK to this, and then I can use that in a result probe. So let's do that. We'll create a new result probe on this solution, and that result probe is going to compute the mean of the Z displacement. So we'll call that mean disp Z. The formula is going to be disp Z, and we want to use all our load cases. In this case, we just have one. All our iterations, it's linear statics, so we only have one iteration. We don't want to combine across any iterations, but we do want to compute this relative to a face, and face is going to be this one. And we don't want, or we do want to combine on individual geometries. We want to combine by computing either the arithmetic mean, so this would take all the nodes on that face and just do the average, or do a weighted average by taking it into account the face area of the the triangular faces on the surface there. So we'll do a weighted average, and we will get, in terms of our output, we'll just get a listing. It's just going to be one value that's going to be output for this example for that face. So I'll say OK here, and we get the output. So that's the average in the Z displacement on that face. All right, so now we want to create a second probe that uses that first one. So I'll create a new probe, and here I will call this difference. We want to compute a difference between our result variable, disp Z, and we want to subtract that value from the mean z displacement. So to do that, we use a function in Simcenter 3D called FD. So it's like a field function. We can use fields as inputs, and we can use result probes as inputs into this function. And the syntax is that you just provide a name for a result probe or a field. It's possible that you might need to produce or input some additional arguments as well. But in my case, I just need to provide the name of my result probe. And I want to do that for all load cases, and I want to do it for this face. And I don't want to create a single value from all that input. I want to actually get a contour plot on that face for this result probe. So I'll go ahead and say OK to that. And now we see we have a displacement type of result where we just computed the difference between the original displacements and that mean displacement. And if we just do a quick comparison of our z displacements relative to our post or our result probe result, maybe just do a annotation for, say, this location. I'm just going to eyeball a location. So that's the value of our z displacement. And then do an annotation on the result probe where we did the difference. And then we see this minus that value from our mean disp, which is 0.87. So we take this value minus that value, and it gives us that one. So, with a little bit of wobble here because I am just eyeballing my locations. So in order for it to be perfect, the locations need to be the same. So the computation in the probe is correct. I'll go ahead and return just to a single view, and then create a third result probe that will compute our RMS of that difference. So we can say new result probe. I'll call this RMS difference. And its formula is just going to be FD of difference. And I do need to pick that face again. I want to compute a individual geometry value, and that value is going to be the RMS. And then I'll go ahead and create that output, and it'll list the output. So there we have that output of the RMS for that displacement difference. And then I can also do this in just 2 steps as opposed to 3. So I'll create a final result probe, and I'll call this RMS difference 2. And then I'm going to use the same formula as before, where I have disp z, subtract FD of difference of mean disp z. Okay, so I'm basically replicating that probe's formula, and then I pick my face, and then I will just directly compute the RMS from here as well. So if I do this and say OK, and then list out my first RMS as well, you see those values are the same. So, but the point is that I can use result probes in other result probes, and I can even nest them. So this one was used in that, and then that one was used in this, and I have this one using that, but performing this one's calculation. Yeah, so there's a little bit of flexibility in how you can do these hand calculations. Then, as a very final step, which I won't show here, though, would be the ability to update this model, make geometry changes, make any other kind of changes, rerun the solution, and then these hand calculations would be all available for us to do without any definition We just go and right mouse button and do a listing or do a contour plot, and we have the information immediately at our hands.